Now, if you're trying to start getting serious at clock, you may want to start learning this method. This method is called 7 simul, which means that you solve every single clock in 7 simultaneous moves. Which means that when you're solving one side of the clock, you're also solving the other side at the same time. Now, 7 simul was created a long time ago, but it hasn't been inside use till more recently, like 2023, 2024. So this method is very fast. All the new world records have been set on it. Ever since the world record was like 3.5 seconds, it has went down almost to 2 seconds. Now, I'm going to be teaching you guys the Bpaul method because the Bpaul method is easier to memorize and it is way better to learn for beginners. Now, this is 7 type of flip, which means that you still have to flip the clock. But what is very good about it is that it has no D moves, which means that you never have to go like this inside your solve. This, then you flip, then you solve it all, but without D moves. So now that you know a bit about the method, it's time for me to get started with the 7 simul tutorial. The scramble will be up on the screen. This will be my 7 simul example and tutorial right here. This is scramble, and if you know you got it right, it's gonna match my clock. So now, which side we're gonna start on depends on what you want, but for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna start on the white side. It basically means that the majority of the clock is white. So now, what I am gonna teach you is I'm gonna teach you your first 2 pieces you have to memorize. And I know a lot of people don't like memorization, but this memorization is very repetitive because it's basically the same thing. So this one to this one. Now from this one to this one, it is -2. But as you also have noticed, if you're going this way, it's 10. And -2 and 10 are equivalent to the same thing inside in clock notation. So -2 and +10 is the same thing. But for the purpose of this video, we're gonna turn every single number into a letter. So if this one here, -2 or 10, now what we generally memorize is number 1 is A, number 2 is B, number 3 is C. And this thing will come naturally once you get better at clock. But if you memorize it like that, then the 10th letter out of the alphabet is J. But we're not doing it here yet because we are not converting it to a letter yet. So this goes 10. So now we keep 10s in our mind, and then we flip the clock like this. Not like this, but like this. Because now we're going to memorize this one to this one. And it has to go, it's super obvious this one, because this one, if this one just goes right over there, it'll be matching with that one. So it's just 1. So we do 10 plus 1. And 10 plus 1 is 11. And now we are going to convert it into a letter. So 10 plus 1 is 11. So 11, what is the letter of the alphabet that is the 11th? K is what is going to be our memorization. So our first letter we're going to memorize is K. Now starting out, you can write it down, or you can try keeping it in your mind. But K, that's what we're gonna memorize for our first letter. Next, it gets super easy. It's just this one to this one. So like after we do this one to this one, it's just this one to this one. So we can kind of keep it like that's here, 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 here. So here to here, it needs to go -1, and -1 is the same as 11. So 11, as we got 11 for our first number too, remember? 11 is K. So it's K, K. Now this one to this one is what we're gonna do next. So from this one to this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6, and we convert into a letter already. So 6 is gonna be F. So F is gonna be the next one. So it's K, K, F, a memorization so far. Now you think it's gonna be very hard because we're only halfway done with memorization, but the truth is, it isn't as hard as you think. And here's why. Everything we did on that thing, everything we've done so far, it's the exact same thing, except it's on this side. So we're doing this one to here again. And remember we started, we did this one to here. Now we're doing this one to here again. So this one to here is 7. 8. So 8, we're going to keep that in our mind. Then we flip. Now 8 plus this one to this one, which is exactly the same thing as we did before. So 8, now this one to this one is 6, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8 plus 6 is 14. And 14, I mean, we don't have to memorize it like that, but like 14, we know that 12 is 0, right? So if it becomes 0, 14, it's like a military time. 14, it's called 14 o'clock, but it's actually the same thing as 2 o'clock. So it's the same thing as 2 o'clock, if you just think about it that way. So we have KKFB, because the second letter of the alphabet is the same thing as 2 o'clock is the second letter of the alphabet. So KKFB. Now this one to this one, we got like the same letter pair, so just 1, so it's A. So KKFBA. And this one to this one is 3, so that's C. So KFBAC. And now we're at pin position. What's so funny that it's also the same thing. So what we do first is we put this pin down and all the pins up, and then we do K with our left hand, then K with our right hand. Then after that, we're going to try matching this one up with this one while we do F. F for 6, as we remember. So we do this and we do 6. But then as we dot, we put this pin down. Now we're putting this pin down, then we're going to put this pin down. And then we're going to match this up with these two. And match this up with these 3. And we don't have to do the bottom, because the top is the same thing. And now we have just solved this 2x2 block over here. Then we're going to flip it like this. And if you have this 2x2 block solved, that means that you have done it right. Now it's going to be the exact same pin position. We're going to have this one down. So that's why I'm telling you, this is very repetitive, because it's basically the same thing, but we're doing it like over and over again. And can you guess what we're going to do next? We're going to do B with this side, and we're going to do A over here. And then guess what we're going to do next? We put this pin down, and we match this one up with this one. And you obviously know what we're going to do with this one, or you might not, but like, we're just going to do like a last one. So it's C. Now it's all intuitive from here. So then we put this pin down, so now we just have this pin up, and then we're going to match this one up with this one, and these 4 up with these 2. Because we're basically trying to get these solved, and then move this till you have all this solved. Now we do backslash, which is this one and this one up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move them all to the bottom. So these are all going to go to the bottom, and these are all going to go to the bottom. And would you look at that? Now, this method, I tried to do it as clear as possible. Now leave in the comments if there is anything I left unclear inside this video. Also, keep in mind that this method wouldn't make you immediately fast, and you might be frustrated with how long expecting time takes. But just remember that it takes at least a few days for you to get your expecting time a bit faster. Well, anyways, thank you all for watching this tutorial, and I hope this video helped you guys learn 7 simul for the first time. Goodbye.